Welcome to Aligned Hot and Loaded, the podcast where we talk about how to literally manifest the life of your dreams. And this isn't in some woo-woo vision board type of way. We're going to talk about the practical ways in which we've literally manifested our dream lives. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Heather.
Okay, so here's the thing. We are the most aligned, hot, and loaded versions of ourselves, and you deserve that too. So we're going to tell you exactly how to get there. And first things first, we're going to dive into manifestation. We're going to get into the real science behind it and how to actually achieve the life of your dreams. So Heather, what is the science behind manifestation?
Well, I want to start by saying that everything happening in your life today is a manifestation by you, whether it's good or bad. And you can unconsciously or consciously manifest your life. Today, we're going to talk about how you can consciously manifest the life of your dreams. We'll talk about programming the subconscious mind, energy, and how you create your reality.
Which is perfect because I feel like I'm always the one asking, like, how does this actually work in real life? I really do love the spiritual side, but I want to understand the logic and actual steps. So let's jump right in. Heather, how do you define manifesting scientifically?
It's the process of using focused intention, visualization, and goal setting to rewire your brain's subconscious mind to create your reality.
Okay, but here's where I get confused, and I know I'm not alone in this. So if we're creating our reality, why do so many people want something and not get it? Like myself included. I have manifested amazing things. Like, yes, I'm living my dream life, but there's still so many things that I still want, and there's a lot that I haven't manifested yet.
Because manifestation doesn't come from your conscious mind. It comes from your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is only about 5% of your mental activity, and the subconscious is 95%. And that's where your identity, beliefs, emotional patterns, and automatic behaviors live. So if your conscious mind says, I want abundance, but your subconscious mind believes, I'm not worthy of it.
So let's dive into that, because I think a lot of people think they're doing the right things, right? Like they're saying affirmations, they're visualizing, but why are they still not getting it?
Because they're trying to manifest from their conscious mind. For instance, they're saying affirmations, but they don't believe them. Their nervous system is still programmed for lack, fear, or survival, and your subconscious mind doesn't respond to logic. It responds to repetition, emotion, and imagery.
So then how do I actually change my subconscious programming?
One of the most powerful ways to reprogram your subconscious mind is through meditation.
Okay, tell me more.
Meditation is a way to get beyond the analytical mind so you can enter the operating system of the subconscious. The subconscious becomes accessible when you slow down your brain waves, which is what happens in meditation. You move from beta to alpha to theta brainwave states. And when your brain waves slow down, your nervous system moves into parasympathetic mode. This is when new thoughts and emotional patterns imprint more deeply. Another powerful tool to reprogram the subconscious is visualization.
I actually had a thought while you were saying that, right? Like for someone like me, like meditation used to like be really overwhelming. Like sitting still and the thoughts just coming up and letting them come up felt really overwhelming. So what is something you would say? Because what I'm hearing is you have to be able to access these different like states, and you can't get there if we're just talking like this. What is there a step before that? Like I'm just genuinely curious.
That's why they call it a practice. So just start. And you can start with 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day and set, if you're afraid you're going to go too long, you can set your phone timer for 5 or 10 minutes, close your eyes, and as thoughts come up, don't try to push them away. Let them move through you.
Yeah.
But stay in stillness. You know, the body is programmed to move through our life. Like as soon as you wake up, you're programmed to go to the coffee machine, and you're programmed to go brush your teeth, and you're programmed to start getting ready for work.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can just start your day in stillness with just that 5 or 10 minutes a day and try to access those different levels of consciousness, it'll start your day on a different note.
I love that because it is true. It's a practice and you just have to start. I'd actually want to get your thoughts though on guided meditations or listening to a frequency. Like, what would you recommend?
I love both. And it depends on how you feel and what your intention is going into that meditation. If you want to get downloads from the unified field, I would say do not do a guided meditation. Sit in silence or a frequency meditation. If you're trying to heal something or open your heart, I would say more of a guided meditation works better for that.
Oh, I love that. I do think it's up to the person to find what works for them. But I like the idea of knowing that there's multiple ways that you can meditate to access these levels of consciousness to reprogram. Because in order to manifest and to get to that next level, you do have to reprogram. There is no skipping that.
Yes. And again, through the practice, the more you do it, the more you will move into those different levels of consciousness. So if you don't move into those levels of consciousness in the beginning, it's okay.
Yeah.
Do it again the next day. Do it again the following day, and you'll get there.
So meditation really is one of the main ways that you can manifest.
Yes, because that's the way that you reprogram your subconscious mind is when you're in that theta brainwave state. But another, like I said, another powerful tool to reprogram the subconscious is through visualization.
What would the difference be then of visualization, right? Because it's still, you're sitting and thinking. So what's the difference?
So visualization, you can use a vision board or create images in your mind. And the more you look at that image, it is imprinting that image on your subconscious mind. So it's reprogramming that subconscious. You've probably heard people say to visualize the things you want, but what does that actually mean? When you vividly imagine an experience, your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. Athletes do this all the time. They visualize winning, performing, succeeding. It literally rewires neural pathways.
That's so funny because when I was playing soccer, I mean, I would visualize myself scoring and winning all the time, but I didn't always score.
Yeah, because you were probably not feeling the feeling of actually scoring.
But I really wanted to score.
Yeah, and the key here is emotion. You can't just see the things you want. You have to feel it. You have to feel as if you already have it. There's scripture in the Bible that says this, Mark 11:24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it and it will be yours.
So I love that because I do think when I was younger, like that was a missing piece for me was I'm thinking it, why isn't it happening? Thoughts alone aren't enough. So instead of me just thinking like, I want this, I need to truly feel like I already have it.
Yes.
I'm curious, like, how? How am I supposed to feel like I already have it?
Well, it's embodiment. And it's not just believing, it's a deep-seated faith in knowing that you have it. It's trusting the unknown, the unseen, and knowing that it's there.
One of my favorite sayings is faith is believing before there's any proof, and then proof is given to those who believed before there was any. I love that.
I
so
love
that's
that
basically
too.
what you're saying.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you really have to feel it. Your subconscious speaks the language of feeling, the feeling of scoring that goal.
Yeah.
When you feel something is real, your brain begins to reorganize your perception and behavior to match that identity.
So, I just mentioned, like, I'm someone who's kind of struggled with that. what other advice do you have to really embody and to feel that and to have that faith?
There's different ways to embody, but where I would start is with the I am statements.
Mm-hmm.
And I do this every morning when I journal. I state, I am abundant, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am love, I am confident, I am a recognized author, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So that combined with a vision board, which is
Mm-hmm.
visualization, helps you program the subconscious mind to embody the feeling of already being that person. But it's consistency. The faster you can embody and visualize, the faster your manifestation can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the key is repetition and emotional truth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say it once. You repeat it until it becomes your self-concept, which again is embedding it in the subconscious mind.
Yep.
When it is programmed in your subconscious, you will make decisions throughout the day as if you were that person.
I think we should do a whole episode on self-concept because that is such a juicy topic.
Absolutely.
So it's not that you're lying to yourself. It's about creating a new version of yourself. Because I am, that defines identity, and identity drives behavior. So what would you say about faking it till you make it? Is that applicable here?
Yes. And I love faking it till I make it. And that's how I manifest everything in my life. And it's not that you're pretending, you're rehearsing your future.
What does it actually mean to live like you already have it?
So this is where the action part of manifestation comes into play. It means asking, how would that version of me think, move, speak, and decide today? For example, if you want to be financially abundant, you don't wait until money arrives to feel secure. You start making decisions from stability now.
But what if my 3D reality, what if my bank account, let's say, was a scary place today? Like, what would you say about that?
Yeah, you have to start making decisions as if you had thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars. You would feel secure. You wouldn't speak in conversations of any kind of lack or feel lack. For instance, if you're at a valet and a guy says, okay, that's $50 and you've, only been there for 2 hours, and this just happened to me last week, you don't feel any restriction in your body. You wouldn't feel upset because you know you have plenty of money and money flows to you. If you feel lack around money, you'll attract more lack of money.
Yeah. See, I feel like anyone who heard like $50 for 2 hours, if you immediately were like, oh, like that sucks, you got to change that. Like you literally have to rewire that way of thinking.
Yeah, you just have to let it go and say, oh, that's okay. I have plenty of money to back that up.
And money is energy. And we've talked about that a lot. And I think we'll do a whole other episode on that too.
Absolutely. And where most people miss the mark is that they wait for external proof before changing their internal state. They wait for the partner until they feel love. They wait for the money to feel wealthy. And you're allowed to feel love now, and you're allowed to feel wealthy now because reality responds to identity first. We collapse our reality through our beliefs, our expectations, and emotional state. Your reality is completely different from mine because you have different perspectives and different beliefs and different expectations and different emotional states.
So I know that we talk about your perspective is what shapes your reality. Would you say then that every individual's perspective is true?
Yes. Whatever your perspective is, that's your reality. But if you don't like your life and it's not the life you want, then you have to change your perspective. And most of society has a negative perspective around love, money, and health. Like, for instance, we hear women in LA say all the time, dating sucks in Los Angeles. Well, that becomes their reality, that dating sucks. And like, I've never said that. So I've had these amazing relationships.
Yeah. I felt like I was seeing that a lot when I was training clients and they'd come and say, it's so hard to come to the gym. It's so hard to eat clean. Of course, it's going to be hard to go to the gym and eat clean if that's what you're thinking. So that makes so much sense to me.
Yeah, it's creating your reality. reprogramming your subconscious mind. And why we do all of this is so we can embody the feeling and live as if and change our perspective on life. We are constantly collapsing the potentials in the field into our reality.
Wait, for those who don't understand, like you just said, the field. What is the field?
Okay, at the most fundamental level, it's an invisible influence that fills all space and is where all potentials exist. For instance, it's the space between the nucleus and the electron cloud orbiting the nucleus in all atoms. And energy is potential.
So, wait, back up. It's literally, I'm like, the space, like it's physically here. It is the space between, or the space inside atoms. So it's not some metaphysical thing. It is physically there.
Yes, and that space is energy, and we are 99.99% energy. So really, we are 99.99% space. If we took all of the physical parts of our body and eliminate the space, we could actually fit on the tip of a pin.
We'll have to dive into that another time, because that to me, it can be confusing, but it also makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. And everything in the universe, including this chair, is made up of vibrating energy. And the more solid or dense something appears, the lower the frequency. And the frequency at which you're vibrating plays a role in what we attract. Our vibration is our level of consciousness. And our vibration influences the experiences, people, and situations we attract in our life. Raising our vibration leads to experiencing higher fields of energy and intelligence. So the faster you're vibrating, meaning the faster the atoms in our body are vibrating, the higher the frequency. And those atoms, or us, because we are 99.99% energy, will attract things in our lives at that same frequency.
So that reminds me of, you can tell like when someone has good energy, meaning they're at a higher frequency, right? And you want to be around them. You feel attracted to that person, not even just like in a physical way, but in an energetic way. That's because they're literally vibrating differently?
Yes, absolutely. And the higher our vibration, the more we expand physically on an atomic level. Atoms are constantly vibrating. And the more similar their vibrations are, the more easily they are attracted to each other. Since our bodies are made of trillions of atoms, the same principle applies to us. Atoms naturally move towards stability. So atoms are more likely to interact with other atoms that are vibrating on the same frequency. In science, this is resonance.
I love that. And we'll continue to dive into all of those things. But as we round this out, so for someone listening, what are 3 steps that they can take today to actually start to manifest the life of their dreams?
First, become aware of your current programming. What beliefs are running your life? Second, visualize daily, not just the goal, but the feeling of the goal. And third, embody. Make one decision today as your future self, because small aligned actions compound.
I love that, because I talk about this all the time. Manifestation is really simple, and it doesn't have to be some big complicated thing. And I think you explained the science behind it, but also like the practicality in how it all works. And I love that none of this is about perfection. It's about practice and consistency.
Yes. And you are constantly manifesting your life, whether you're aware of it or not. So instead of unconsciously manifesting, consciously manifest what you desire. And with this, you must become very clear on what it is that you want and the intention behind it.
If there's one thing you want people to take away from today's episode, what would it be?
It's you're not stuck. Your reality is not fixed. You can reprogram your subconscious mind and shift the path of your life today.
And the best part is that it's not about controlling everything. It's not about being a control freak. Coming from a former control freak. It's about becoming that person. And then eventually the external world will have to rearrange itself to meet you there.
Yes.
And we're here to tell you all about that.
Yes, because when you become that person, just like you said, the external world will rearrange to mirror you.
Because your external world is a direct reflection of your internal world. Thank you so much for being here. We are so happy and grateful that you tuned in. We have so many amazing topics and episodes lined up, so be sure to follow us along. But before we go, I want you to comment or DM us what is the craziest thing you've ever manifested, and we'll feature it in some of our upcoming episodes.
And thank you for listening. If this resonated, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their life.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.